Doug having a little problem with that machine. I was talking to him earlier, said he was having some ignition issues. Hoped he had it worked out, but it doesn't look to be. Doug's distance right now, 2:36.05. You heard that thing spitting and hopping as it was coming down the track. It was not happy. Doug will have a chance if he wants to turn that pull down. Go back, see if he can get it fixed, come back, try it again. Or if he thinks it's hurt, he'll hang on to it. We will get an answer for you here in just a minute. And being told we are official on our modified class, Doug apparently having an issue, doesn't think he can get it lined out and do any better than that right there. On the Super Farm side.
Ola.
Hey, bud.
What's happening?
We're live. I'm just showing some Whitewright, Texas right now.
Coming up out of Beersford, South Dakota.
So don't swear at me, Ron. Wait till after the show.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Anybody
getting ready to unleash.
I know. I can tell. I can tell by the look on your face.
You can get a hold of them and tell them to sign in at outlawpulling.tv. This event is live streamed. Anywhere in the world, anybody can log on and watch this show on outlawpulling.tv. I believe it's $25. Get you the weekly or the nightly pass here. Watch all the action from Whitewright here. That'll also come with a month worth of free replay after the event. Or you can sign up for a monthly or yearly subscription, which will give you all access to any content on the platform, as well as vehicles and pulls that come up during that subscription period. Chad Andrews going to get the Burley Buck wound up. Shooting for 3:28.44 if he wants to beat Allen on Dakota Dare. He was stretching for it, but I don't think Chad's going to get it done.
Welcome, everybody. It's another Tuesday, Outlawed with Ron Stone. My name is Jason Schultz. We are happy to be here. I was super happy Saturday night. Well, I wasn't super happy, Ron, because Toma got rained out, and that's an hour from my house. But I was super happy that I was able to come home. And I had Manila on one screen, and I had Whitewright, Texas on another screen, and I was enjoying outlawpulling.tv. And I got to listen to your pretty face there in Manila, and I watched you guys. The funniest thing you said all night was, it's raining, and there's nothing on the radar. I felt like you could just see it coming down in there, and but that's how it goes.
We looked at the radar, and a high-resolution radar in that moment. The sound guy was pretty frustrated. He's like, there's no rain, but yet it's raining. We looked at it. It was clear, but yet it was pouring. So it is what it is. They did a really great job getting things together, and we got the pull in. And, you know, the majority of the crowd stayed. Had a big crowd.
I heard that.
So, and we went till 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we still had people sitting there, and you know, it was cold and rainy, and the crowd hung in there with us. So ended up being a good pull. So just a little sloppy to move around in, but it was a good pull.
Yeah, I mean, I know their goal was to sell the beer out. We talked about it last night on Let's Grow Pulling because Ruth Sink was out there, and he said that they sold the beer trailer out, and they had a good picture of the rainbow. And, you know, we talked about that small town feel of a pull, to have a big pull come into town, Ron, and what it does for a community for that one particular night or two nights. Depends if it's a one night or a two-night show, and it was pretty neat. So,
yeah, of course, that pull benefits the Manila Fire Department. That was the 11th annual event there. So glad they, you know, it's kind of like, you know, I played music for years, and it's always a good judge of how good the band is by how much beer and alcohol that the bar sells. So that's a compliment when the bar says we set a sales record. So it should be a compliment to the pull too, that they sold out of beer that night, or set a record anyway for alcohol sales at the beer garden.
Agreed 1,000,000%. So, well, I see. Is it Daley or is it is it Daley?
You know what? They haven't corrected me yet, so my assumption is that's correct. So we'll ask her when we get her on here. But she did a really good job Saturday night in Manila. Some pretty hardcore limited pros there, and she came out second. Tanner Michael, the bully, came out there and beat her close to the end of the class, but she hung in there in that top spot for a long time till Tanner come in there and beat her out of that top spot. But she did move up. I thought she moved up cleanly ahead of Tyler Paddock, but it looks like they're tied for the number 2 spot. It shows her being in the lead, but I think the tiebreaker might be wins, and Tyler has a win, so she is tied for the number 2 spot with Tyler Paddock.
Well, we'll tell her there's still plenty of time for her to kick Tyler's butt this year. It'll be
plenty
fun.
of time, and she's doing a good job. So,
no, I talked to Doug Ruth in Toma at 11 a.m. on Saturday. We had a T-shirt stand up there, Ron, and he says, "Jason, I just want to make a decision because if they shut her down, I'm heading to Manila. So."
Yep, he made it down there. I saw him pulling in, and I think the rain delays were good for him making it down there. So we did. Yeah. We'll start at 6. We ended up getting started at 6:45, and then halfway through, or the majority of the way through that first class of 3,200 pro fields, that rain came out of nowhere and shut us down for at least, I think, an hour or so. So,
have you announced Manila before?
I have not. That was my first time.
Did you? I mean, from everything I heard, that's the biggest crowd they've ever had. Is that what you're hearing, or?
I didn't hear any of that on as far as record crowds or what have you, but there was a lot of people there. I was pleasantly surprised that they were able to fill the stands up, and I went through and gave away some Schaefer Oil stuff during the rain delay, and the crowds were pretty full. The stands were pretty full of people, and the beer garden, of course, was just stuffed full of people over there. So.
Yeah, I know that. What I heard, Whitewright had the biggest crowd they've ever had. It looked just completely full on both sides of the road. So
yeah, it looked awesome. I was glad to see that after they had people there last year, but it wasn't full. But I would say it was good for a COVID crowd, early in the summer. But yeah, it looked like they were standing room only down there. I was told too. So
yep, that's great.
Great weekend for outlaw pulling.
Absolutely. All eyes, really now on Rock Valley. Now I talked to Kurt Coleman today, and he's going to be on Let's Grow Pulling next Monday. I'm sure we'll have him or somebody on from Rock Valley next Tuesday night with us, Ron. I don't know if it's the biggest pull because it's hard to beat the Iowa State Fair, but I mean, it's one of that. There's, to me, and I'm not an official outlawian like you are, but there's 6 or 7 outlaw pulls, and that Rock Valley sure is towards the top of them. And I guess that name recognition, Ron, or that the history of it, you know what I'm trying to talk about, like different things like that, where Rock Valley is one that it brings them in. It brings them.
Your bucket list pulls, if you're a pulling fan that you need to get to, your Rock Valley, your Whitewright, your Wisner, your Iowa State Fair. Those are all bucket list pulls that you want to get to, on the outlaw schedule. So I feel like every association, Ron, has like a top 10 or a top 5, if you will. And a lot of it is history. A lot of it is multi-day events. I think that helps. And the fact that, Rock Valley has every class, different things like that. I think it's a lot of fun. And, it's one of those events where people take a vacation for. Like I took off Rock Valley week next year. You know what I mean? And right.
Hotels are booked before they even leave town, or the campgrounds, or there's Kurt Van Beek spraying off into the front of Taylor's tractor there. So. Yeah,
just
killing the mosquitoes.
Yeah, Taylor had a good run there.
Yeah,
Saturday night. I think he was a little busy keeping it straight. He was jumping back.
Well, I can't imagine have that much horsepower on a slick track like that. I mean, the 30.5s would have been grabbing every inch of it. You know what I mean? And I talked to him a little bit on Monday, and he would, I was just congratulating him for getting down the track, and it's all good. So
yeah, it's had a couple of winners there I want to talk about a little bit from Saturday night. Josh,
hey, Ron, this Facebook user is accusing me of sucking up to Taylor. I absolutely am sucking up to Taylor. He's my title sponsor. And,
there you go.
And my tractor's not going to be ready for Rock Valley because guy working on my rods was in the hospital all week last week. So,
yeah, that stinks.
But
well, you're going to be there anyway, right?
Yep, I'm coming out. So I'm going to be out Thursday night. We're gonna have some fun, Ron. So
good deal. Good deal.
Anyway, I interrupted you like I always do. So
No, that's fine. I'm used to it. So
I'm going to eat my salmon. So you talk for a little bit.
yeah, sure. Looking at limited pro stocks from Manila. Of course, Tanner Michael came up. It says Nick Michael on the app, but Tanner decided to drive. So, of course, Daley Paulson came in second. And, Ken Summers made an appearance and got third with the colorblind John Deere and top three in that limited pro stock class. And, of course, Mark Ulmer and his tractor, Eleanor. And he went 1-2 with Eleanor and the weapon. That guy's tough to beat. Light super stocks. Looking at, I got the points pulled up here. I'm using the app. Could you believe that?
You're supposed to, Ron.
I know. It's all
I'm
updated.
bringing up Eleanor. I got Eleanor's video playing right now. So
Watch that pass. I hope the cameras can give some insight into how far he went. He actually, if he'd went any further, he would have been inside the eco tuning trailer where the girls were working and where the production crew was. So
we actually played this run last night towards the end of our show, both of his passes, because Rusink talked about this pass being awesome.
Yeah,
So,
he kind of, and I should have asked him in the trophy presentation when I was interviewing him. He just, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get it rolling. It came out so easy and
right.
And then just Katie barred the door. He came out and blasted.
I'm not playing the sound right now, Ron, because that way they can listen to us talk.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
But watch this watch this tractor at about the 100-foot mark. When that front end comes off the ground, watch the ground speed. And he gone right there. Just money. Never touches again. That's awesome.
Yeah, that Mark Ulmer, he knows how to tune those things. He runs the one diesel tractor and an alcohol tractor, and they both run top notch. So
Yep.
He wasn't able to get it down the track, Eleanor down the track last Saturday at Arlington, so it kind of hurt him in the points. But I'm sure he'll climb back up there if he keeps it going. Of course, that's last year's points winner. Eleanor is. He was points winner with there's my dad logged on watching the show there.
I've always wondered, because he made a comment that he couldn't figure out the video one night. I'm like, Ron, would you tell your dad how to fix the video? So.
Yeah, I was a little busy. I was unable to help
What?
him, but yeah. So, some other classes there, modified four-wheel drives. Josh Major got him a win there Saturday night. And it was eerily similar to Charlie Miller's pass at Dubuque, where he said it was loaded up. He got the carburetors loaded up and never got it cleaned out, but yet he managed to get down the track and beat everybody. And with his pass there, he actually moved into the lead, the mod four-wheel drive class in points. Okay. So it was a good night for him.
Ron, were the mod 4x4s earlier in the evening or later in the evening?
Seems like they were about the middle.
Trying to find them here.
They were late. They weren't last class, but they were late.
That's the light limited rows, right?
That's
this is Mean Farmers class. What's that class called?
Light limited pro stock.
Yep. Are they before them or after them?
After.
I'm just zooming around on the Outlaw Pulling.tv app here.
Yeah. Then
Trying not to break stuff. I think they're after the supers or before the supers. No. There we go. There's a 4x4 mod.
That's the first one, I think. I think he actually rehooks. Didn't take his pull. I think.
If you look at the app, what hook was Charlie on the app, Ron?
Josh.
Sorry.
Oh, let's see here.
What was his draw?
Will it tell me that? I'm not sure if it'll tell me that, will it?
I think it does. I think it says like a draw. I always like to see if it was one of those, was early hook better or later hook better?
Yeah, he drew 19, but actually he was hook number 3. Hook number 3. Yep, that is on there.
So that's 2. That's you. Is it after Agent Orange then?
Yep, right after Agent Orange. Agent Orange was number 2 in the hooks in the order. But yeah, he just never got it cleaned out. I mean, it just was missing and popping, and somehow he just went right out the gate and put, about 5 feet on second. Actually, Agent Orange got second place. Tom Byers there. That's a second place hook right there in the mod 4 drives.
What's he say? Josh had Charlie Miller's crank trigger. I'm talking smack again, aren't they?
Yeah, Charlie had mentioned something I saw on Facebook, I think Monday, about he needed that bad crank trigger back for Manila. The one that he had in Dubuque.
Let me zoom ahead here.
Pro Stock 4-wheel drives had a new winner too, Jeff Carter. His Determination Ford came out and really laid down a nice pass. Yep, here's Josh.
This is our winner Saturday night in Manila.
Yeah, if you had the sound turned up, you could really hear that it just doesn't sound that good coming down the track. But
yeah, I turned it off so we could just show the video while we talk. Ron, on a track sweater like that, was it more of a power track, or was it more of just everybody kind of went down the same line, or what were you seeing?
Everybody was kind of hugging that left side.
Okay.
Starting line. A few drifted towards the middle. You can see how tight he is to that left boundary right there. I think it was a little looser than what I thought it was going to be. There was a lot of rev limiter action in the Pro Stock 4-wheel drives and the mod 4-wheel drives, where they were hitting some pretty good RPM, and the rev limiters were keeping the engines in check. So,
you know the answer to that question from Chad?
Did Ulmer have Chad Stevenson?
He's a big AC guy up here in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Is he talking about the Terry's D21?
I think so.
I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that.
There's Derek sucking up to Josh. So
Yeah. I've known Josh for quite a few years, pulled against him actually several years ago. He still has that old black, like a 70 to 72 Chevy. Runs really well. He pulls it in street classes and such. But yeah, Derek's saying he hit his rev limiter there Saturday night.
They were a lot earlier, right?
Yeah, Pro Stock 4
Pro Fields were first, and then there's some beautiful rain. Look at that. That was wild.
Yeah, it wasn't on the radar right then either. That was when.
That's what you said when you were announced it. I just laughed. Like, well, Ron, it's raining, buddy. So
that high resolution radar.
Is that real fine mist, Ron? That real fine mist.
It was pretty good little shower there, actually. It was. But now before we started, we had that fine mist. Josh says he still has that old black Chevy in the shed.
I like to show. It's kind of neat to see what that track looked like and what they were able to make out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a little rough. There were some hills and valleys on the restart.
Yep.
So, nobody got to bouncing too bad or anything, so it didn't unsettle any of the trucks that I could see, but it seemed a little loose, especially in these gas classes, gas and alcohol classes.
Well, they just don't get away as much, like I'd have 9,500 pounds. That would help a bunch. These guys are what, 62?
6,200, yeah.
So. But, like we always say, Ron, I mean, everybody's got to pull on the same track.
That's right. I mean,
and it's not like it's one thing to go to a pull, Ron, and it's perfectly sunny out and you pull on a real dusty track. You're like, what the hell did you guys do all day? You don't know how to add water?
Right.
But then something like this was kind of like, well, hey, we're all there. We all witnessed it. So.
Josh says his was shooting ducks a few times there. Yeah, you can see the kind of the ups and downs on the track there where it wasn't wasn't ideal, but Mother Nature gave us lemons, and we made lemonade out of it. So.
Yep, and then you add vodka because that's good.
You know what? I was pretty wore out Saturday night at 1:30 when we were done, and then taking everything down and putting there, packing everything up. I was pretty well beat after a long day and a long night. But
I like to hear that because you were giving me crap when I went to bed at 1 o'clock that Thursday night in Dubuque.
Not
we were
me.
We were the last one in the bar. So. And then Texas a little bit. Can you go through the run down there through some of our winners down there? I'll bring that video up here.
Yeah, Friday we did a little promo there Friday at the local watering hole there in Manila.
Hey, has that been working out for you in all honesty?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of traffic there in Manila. Manila's, pretty small town. But they had the Seversons, Jeff Severson, and his daughter made a bunch of ribs and a bunch of food. And there was a few pullers that showed up. Dave, our rep from Schaefer Oil, came in. And
oh, good.
And the Seversons were there. And Derek and Summer Brown showed up. And we all ate and did some bench pulling there, sitting there at the table. And then when Whitewright came on, we pulled it up on my computer and we all sat there and watched Whitewright Friday night. So
yeah, they did.
Super Farms down there looked like.
I think that's Ron. Is that the first time the Super Farms have been down to Whitewright?
No, I guess that's something that they had done in the past down there.
But it's been a few years, right?
Yeah, it's been a few years. But yeah, they got to go down there because so many of our unlimited supers got hurt at Ravenna, and Alan Andrews went down there and swept the class down there both nights. Put the Dakota Deer in the winner's circle. So yeah, it looks like the top three in that class are really going to be battling it out here, all like 1 point apart.
I'm excited to hear them with that 3.6 turbo on there. I think that's a neat, like when I was talking to Kurt about it, he basically, said that was a horsepower range, that 1800 range that the Outlaws didn't have. And they felt like that 3.6 turbo was a good fit for that. So, and that's a good way of thinking about it,
Yep. And if you look at the points breakdown, and that class always goes down to the wire at the end of the season.
Super Farm and 4-wheel drive trucks. I swear you'll put 10 of them within 3 feet of each other every night. And then it always comes down to you can lose a points championship by 6 inches. So
yeah, Chad Weisenkamp is leading that points race. And he's 1 point ahead of last year's champion, the Red Rock. And Red Rock's 1 point ahead of Alan Andrews with the Dakota Deer. So
the mods, the Saturday night, I only watched the Saturday night show. Friday night I was up in Toma selling T-shirts and working the starting line there with my camera. The mods they were taking a whipping Saturday night down there in Whitewright. I'm not sure why. I haven't really had a chance to talk to anybody yet, but they had some rough rides.
Yeah, that's the Whippet tractor. I get those
Nelson's
tractor, the twin Hemi.
Yep.
Did some damage, I think, in the drive line on it. They had to push it into the trailer that night. But Cotton Candy went down there and he got second on Friday night.
I think he won on Saturday, right, Ron?
Won on Saturday night. Then their two-wheeler won on Saturday night as well, the High Cotton. So good night for the Neves.
Yeah.
And Cotton Candy. And that tractor that's a new tractor. I mean, he was done with it. It was done and ready to go at the end of last season. He pulled it in October down at Lindsay, Texas. But that's a brand new setup. He used to run the triple Chevys. And he finally went to the twin Hemis. And the chassis was pretty loose on that Chevy tractor. So it was time. And it looks like it's paying off for him now. So,
hey, what are some I'm going to get a late start on this season, obviously because of my points race, or because of my parts. But what are some late September pulls for the Outlaws with the 4-1s? Can you have the schedule there in front of you? It's like Spencer have 4-1s and stuff.
Yes,
because I'm going to need to hit it hard here once I get out. So
we can look at the September schedule here. Is that when you're going to start pulling in September?
Well, at this pace, it feels like it, but I had told everybody I have to be in Rock Valley, and then that got, well, now I'm looking at probably a week after that. So I'm trying to see when we can get jamming. So
September 10th is Warrensburg.
Okay.
Missouri.
Is that the benefit poll, or is that that's Sturgeon?
Sturgeon. That's in August.
Okay.
That's actually Macon this year. That's August 14th.
Yeah, Josh just said Warrensburg. Okay.
Warrensburg, and then the very next night is Buckner.
Yeah, Bob, I want to go to Buckner because that's Summer's hometown.
Yeah, yep. That's his pull there. That one we're going to have a patriotic theme there and kind of a back the blue theme at red, white, and back the blue. And it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11 on Buckner.
Sure.
So,
man, 20 years.
We're going to get patriotic there that weekend at Warrensburg and Buckner. So September, let's see, that's the 10th and 11th. Cape Girardeau, I don't think your class is down there. Nope, Pro Stocks are down in Cape Girardeau. Spencer. Yep, they're in Spencer. 2-wheel drives, 4-wheel drives, diesel supers, light limited pro, light supers, Pro Stock 4x4, Pro Stock tractor, super farm, and unlimited super stocks in Spencer. That's September 19th.
Okay.
So hopefully you get it on the track before September.
Yeah, no, I thought it'd be May, so I'm not going to say much, but I think it'll happen in July. But every time I think that, something pops up.
Right. So yeah, there's of course July.
Like in the past, I couldn't afford it, and I just kind of limped through a couple of years. And this year, I actually paid for all my parts already, Ron. So I'd like to go pulling.
That's crazy. Waiting on parts. So many people are waiting on parts, but
yeah,
July and August are just
packed.
You can get it done in July. I mean, there's a sweep there in Iowa that's really awesome. We're just pulling back to back to back to back.
No, my dad told me to relax. He said, we'll get out plenty. So I said, okay.
Good deal. So yeah, lots of good pulling coming up. Getting back to Whitewright there. Friday night, mod class, it was Justin Gallion, the Lot of Dirt tractor that won that mod class on Friday night. And then Saturday night, of course, was Cotton Candy with Cameron Neves. 2-wheel drives, Robert Zychek won Friday night. Cameron Pascal, which is related to Cameron Neves, won with their high cotton in the 2-wheel drive class. Pro Stock tractors, Connor Medding took the win Friday night. And Gray Porter.
Okay.
Gang Green won Saturday night. We're going to have him on next Tuesday as one of our young guns, Gray Porter.
Yeah, when Gray won the points 2 years ago, I feel like we had him on Let's Grow Pulling one night, and that was fun because his brothers were picking on him and stuff. We had a really good time with him. So
2019, he was the points champ with the Gang Green tractor, the G team. Super Farm, of course, we went through Super Farm. That was Alan Andrews, swept the weekend. So, yeah, Whitewright, they had a super successful weekend down there. They even made the news down there. The news did a piece on the pull there at Whitewright.
Yeah, I saw that. I shared that out there to I think he went out of bounds. We got to watch that again. I'm just kind of grabbing random thoughts. Yeah. That truck went straight left on him. Watch this, Ron. That's what we call cross-tracking, but a little early, Stone, as an announcer. So,
the camera's down there quite a ways, but yeah, he got a little left on him. If I remember correctly, he did go out of bounds. So,
I love this look of this truck. It is so smooth.
Oh, gorgeous.
Do they pedal those 2-wheel drive trucks the way us tractor guys steer? Do they have rear independent brakes like we do?
They do.
They do? Okay.
They do, yeah. Yeah, he definitely some chalk there. Seen the dust fly up.
I got to drive a big mini rod once, and that was wild. And just putting your feet around that, and if you want to go left, press that left brake. Okay.
There you go.
Or, I mean, you literally, it's easier to think like that because you reach down with your foot on the tractor, and sometimes you drive somebody else's tractor and you miss a brake, or they're not in the same spot. So.
Right, or you don't know how sensitive their brakes are compared to yours.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But no, another successful weekend for the OTTPA. I'm excited. The season's really getting going. Outlawpulling.tv has definitely been it's a blessing for a lot of people who can't be there to watch it. I love that we can go back on the show like this, Ron, and bring up video like this. And if you and I can kind of talk on the side and people can watch pulling, I think more people will watch us.
Or turn the volume down and just watch the pulling, maybe.
Yep. So
yeah, that's we had, of course, this is not the only time we're going to have two pulls go on the same night this summer. I mean, several more times that's going on. So we could split the crews, and actually it was pretty much of a challenge for us this weekend because our main computer blew up right at the end of the broadcast in Arlington.
Oh wow!
Saturday before, so we had to revert back to our old computers and make it work in two different cities, so two different pulls. So we got through it, and computer's getting fixed right now, and we'll be ready to rock and roll at Rock Valley with multiple cameras and switching and such. So we'll be ready to go for that one. Kind of nice that we have a weekend off to prepare because it's going to be a big one.
Yep. No, I get it. It's all good. It's all
talking to a lot of the limited pro guys there at after the show at Manila, and a lot of them are planning on coming. The Molinicks and Snuffy's coming, and Doug Ruth. They're all planning on coming up there to pull in a 4-1 class. So you look at that crowd in the background there at Whitewright. I mean, people are
packed.
Awesome.
Just packed. And it was both sides was like that, Ron.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that makes you feel good for the promoter,
yeah.
To
well, then there were some TPA classes, and I know for them too. That's some of the biggest crowds they pull in ever. Each year. So I talked to them when I went down for Clint's pull down at Nordheim. Everybody talked about Whitewright. I think Columbus is pretty big too, where Whitey has his pull.
Yeah, so. At Thunder by the Colorado. Yeah, that's went down there in 2018. Josh Runyon, the announcer down there at Whitewright, said they estimated about 4,500.
That's solid
in attendance. So
that's really good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
And they said Saturday night they were done by 10:30, so they were rock and rolling.
No, I'm telling you, 3.5 hour show. I mean, if you can, honestly, you guys ran into rain issues in Manila. It's hard to hold a crowd for more than that 4 hour time frame. Just people got to get home. Some people got to work. Some people got kids. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sitting on those hard bleachers. Yeah. It especially sitting there in the rain, and folks, they did it. I mean, they hung out. So some pretty good pulling fans there in Manila.
As a promoter, pick your classes. Try to take care of your local pullers, bring in your big classes, but you can, kind of do the math on how many hooks you want to have, and Ron or somebody from the Outlaws can help you kind of, hey, this should be a nice 3 to 4 hour show, as long as Mother Nature works with us, and life is good. So
yeah, we ended up. They had some semi classes at the end of the night there in Manila, but I think with them, I think we ended up with about 81 hooks. So
that's a nice show
on one track. So yeah, that was a big show. That's
a big show for one track, for sure. Did Severson's, I think they got second with the grandpa's toy, right?
They did, yeah. Jeff Lucas got second with the two tractors that were on display on Friday night went 1 and 2. Roger Rui went 1 first place with the One Mean Farmer, and then Lucas Severson went number 2. So that's good for him, hometown pull to pull up there, the hometown curse, how that goes.
Yep.
For them to get second, that was pretty cool, being that they were from right there in Manila. So look at some of the other results there. 3,200 pro field. We got in the middle of that class, and it rained on us, and the pullers just end up splitting the money.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was the right thing to do, because I feel like the last two tractors really were at a disadvantage. The rain. That's when you said, "There's nothing on the radar, people." So,
Yeah, the first tractor came out and pulled, and he went 320 something and dropped the hook, and then it rained, and I think he might have went 250 on his rehook because it was just slick.
So this is Whitewright Friday night, Ron. I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but just look at the stands both sides.
Yeah.
So
I seen that Friday night when we were watching it, and I was like, wow, that's awesome for a Friday night.
oh, here's Twisted. Here we go.
Twisted whip. I get all the whips mixed up sometimes. He's got the Texas Bull Whip, which is the DT 466 tractor. There's a Twisted Whip, and he's got the Whip It.
Whip It Real Good. Is that Devo, Ron?
I get all the whips mixed up. What's that?
Whip It Real Good.
Yeah, exactly. Devo. Yeah, that's you're speaking my language there, 80s.
Well, my plan was, that I was going to have you play Beer Money when I came out on the track at Rock Valley. I was going to have that all queued up, and I was going to sing it, and yeah, we're just going to have to drink the Beer Money for that weekend. So.
Yeah, he didn't break it on Friday night, but he broke it.
They just couldn't.
Saturday.
Ron, they couldn't keep their front ends up on Saturday night. I know this is Friday night, but.
Right. I think, the same thing on Saturday. And then Longnecker he's still fighting that bouncing problem with tractor. So I did see his hook, and he was doing that a lot last year as well. So they're still trying to figure that thing out.
My salmon was really good, Ron. I just want you to know. So
I'm glad you're eating healthy.
I get one meal a day. I've lost 21 pounds. So
wow, one meal a day.
Yep, and I do these like snacks and stuff throughout the day.
Yeah,
I did this. I'm in a networking group on Thursdays, and then one of the people in there is a health coach. So it's called Optavia or Optavia. I don't even know what it's called, but they give you like 5 bars a day, and then you get one healthy meal. I do good on the weekends until we get into the Jer juice, and then it turns into pizza at 3 a.m. You know how that goes. So
yeah, or ribs late at night. Yeah,
yep. Or if you stop, it depends whose trailer you stop by if they have ribs
exactly.
or whatever. So, but I try to make it up during the week. I try to behave during the week at least. So, is our little Daily girl ready to roll?
She should be.
There she is.
Yes.
Daily.
There she is.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Is it Daily? Are we saying your name right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that'd be really embarrassing. Because Ron said you haven't called him out on it yet, so that's good.
So, Daly, you're one of our young guns. Of course, you know that by now, right?
Yeah.
So, now was Dubuque your actual first hook pulling a sled?
Mm-hmm.
Like ever on anything?
I mean, the weekend before we pulled on a little payloader, but that was it.
Yeah, that's your first hook then, Daly. That's your first hook.
Seems like it. So
you're tied for second place right now in outlaw points. That's got to feel pretty good.
It is.
So I know Tyler's giving you a hard time a little bit, but you're 16 years old. When's your birthday?
November 30th.
Okay, so you'll be 17 in November. But so how did this tractor come about? Tell us the story on this tractor. Of course, your dad pulls an unlimited super stock, but how'd you guys end up with a limited pro?
We just started talking about if I wanted to do it and if it was something that I wanted to do. And then Dad found a tractor, and all throughout the winter, he worked on it. And it took longer to figure out the name than it did to work on it.
Okay, the Sibling Rivalry. You have a brother, right? Is that where that's coming from? Is he going to drive the tractor as well?
Yep, at 2 years though.
2 years, so it's all yours for 2 years. I see the smile. So that's awesome. So have you always been a big pulling fan? I mean, always there when your dad's pulling? And
I think I've gone to pretty much all his pulls.
That's awesome.
For 9 years.
For 9 years? That's awesome. So, yeah, I seen where you guys have a decision to make, here pretty soon about which tractor is going to follow the points, because you guys split up at some point, and one tractor's got to go one place and one's got to go the other. So have you guys come to a decision on that?
No.
Are you looking at Dad? Is Dad over there?
Yes.
Hey, Dalie, the way my season's going, I'll just haul your tractor around, and we'll just roll that John Deere out of my trailer, out of that red truck and white trailer. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not at this point. I'd even drive the John Deere, Dalie. I'm not even lying. So
Saturday night, you had to be pretty excited when you were sitting in the number one spot there for so long.
Yeah.
That had to be a pretty cool feeling.
There's a poll in Dakota City, and Lane, you can tell that Lane doesn't want to do it, but I told Lane, I was like, if I get like top 3, you got to do it. And Lane's like, oh, okay. Like, I'm not going to do it. And then I was in first for a majority of the night. And I'm like, are you ready, Lane? And he's like, no.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, there was some pretty hard hitting limited pros there. If you come out in the number 2 spot, it's pretty cool. So tell us about your first pass down the track up in Dubuque.
Lesson learned. When I drive my car, I drive with the bottom of the steering wheel, so that's where I had my hand, and I was going toward the out of bounds line, so my hand was like this, so I had to let off.
So it scared you when the front end come up, or just because it went right, go right on you? Yeah, that you're always going to be learning lessons throughout your pulling career. I think Lane will even tell you that, or Lauren will even tell you that you're always going to be learning. You're always figuring things out and learning lessons when you're pulling, regardless of how long you've been doing it. So, but that's awesome that you're in the number 2 spot and still a lot of season to go. I mean, you feel like you're getting more confident pulling the tractor now?
Feel a lot better than Dubuque.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about Dubuque if you don't want.
Last minute.
So what's the biggest pull you're looking forward to? Is it this next weekend in Rock Valley, or is there any special pull close to home?
I think Wisner I go to also.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't hear the first part there. Rock Valley. Tell Lauren he can jump in there.
yeah, we can see his hand. What the hell? Right on top of us.
Hey, Lauren, how are you?
We are looking for somebody to haul her around, because we are going to split ways here pretty soon.
Let's put it out there right now, Ron. We got to find a ride for Dalie. So
Yeah.
So
that tractor is not. Dalie said that was a 5-minute deal, but obviously she missed a couple of the nights at the shop. Tractor for probably 3 to 4 years sitting, and we bought the tractor, and then we bought it part by part, and then we got the engine. And so that tractor we've had for quite a while, building up to this.
yeah.
And a couple hours invested there.
So she said she's been going with you for 9 years. You always been a pulling fan, Dalie? Just, was there ever? What did you play with, Barbie dolls? Did you play with toy tractors?
Barbie dolls.
Actually, both of my daughters, I don't think, played with dolls much. My oldest daughter played with little cars, and Dalie, I always told her I was going to buy her dolls, and she said, I don't want dolls. I don't want any. So,
Awesome. Well, you guys are a great pulling family. You all get involved, and that's cool. That's what it takes. And the tractor looks phenomenal too. The pictures. So where did you get the tractor from? Was this something that was already put together?
The rear end, and I bought that tractor from, I think his name is Rod Hens, I think out of Iowa. I got it through Joe Bush, found it for me, and The only thing left of it is basically the rear end, or from the clutch housing back, is rods. And then we put a new front end under it, and the tin work was left of rods. And then the engine come from Brent Payne, Gene's Machine Shop. Got me that. And I don't know, kind of a Johnny Cash thing, one piece at a time. So.
Yeah, one rod had that, Lauren. It was all green. I don't think he ever had any labels on it, right?
No, it was. It had some flames on the side, and actually that's the color. We took that to a decal shop in T, South Dakota. I think it's called Arntz or something. I'm screwing up the name probably, and we left it up there, and the guy's like, we basically don't know what we're getting, but he said we trusted him to do something, and we had no idea what it was going to look like when we picked it up. We never seen a picture of it or nothing. So the guy, he done an excellent job, and done a really good job. It's just a wrap on there, basically.
Yeah, looks great.
We went to, so the tractor come with some Firestone tires on the back, and I got some of those Pro Polar Indonesian ones off of my 466, so I put them on the back. I went to put it in the trailer and realized it wouldn't fit.
Yeah, we saw the pictures.
So yeah, put the Firestones back on. Then Taylor said, well, I got these 12 plies up here. And he said, oh, it'll fit easy with these. So we went to the first pole with the Firestones. The next pole, we put those on, went to put it in the trailer. Still wouldn't frickin' fit in the trailer. So then we had to get a different set of rims. And as you know, Jason, and the Kaiser wheels caught on fire that week. So there were our wheels. But Taylor somehow got us what we needed to make it work. So
good deal. I'm glad he did. You guys are doing great this year. So you're both going to be hooking at Rock Valley. So that's going to be a busy weekend for you guys.
Yeah, it is busy actually, but it's getting better. Dalie can, back the tractor in. She can basically self-sufficient, I call it now. So that takes a lot off, because otherwise I had to be there and both places at the same time. So it's getting better every week.
Yeah, Aaron Decker's.
Yeah, I love this comment from Sadie. Dad never gave us a choice.
About being pulling fans.
My dad never, he'd drop me off at the tractor pulls and leave. I'm not joking. My mom was a bigger fan than my dad.
Wow.
And my dad would just drop me off and kind of tolerate it. Once in a while I'd go with me, but he'd just tolerate it basically. It was his bag of tea. And I don't have no idea how we became so involved in it, but I loved it. We had used to be called down at Carroll, Nebraska. They had a tractor pull. They had one at Hinton, Iowa, Carroll, Nebraska. It was like a 3-day sweep, and we never missed it. For every year it was there, we never missed them. And then
so that the plan is really to find another ride to get both tractors. Is that the plan, or? Well,
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't figure Dalie would be doing this well. I thought she was going to learn, so I just thought this was no big deal, and I would be able to do it, because actually she's making me look bad, because I think she's doing better than I am. So, I don't know. We've got a tough decision to make here pretty soon. I hate to ditch my class, because we're all good friends, and I mean, one less is one less all the time.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to take her out of the deal, because she's doing an excellent job. So we're going to figure out a way. We just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. Craig Ulmer is commented. He said Ottawa, Hinton, Carroll, and Boone.
Yep, exactly. And Hinton, Iowa was a dream. I always wanted to pull in Hinton, Iowa. The year I started with the Outlaws, Hinton canceled.
Melissa Lordman says buy her own truck to drive.
5 days are over.
Oh, the legend's watching the show tonight.
We got the Dave Bennett on here.
We better behave. We better behave, Ron. So.
Yeah, we better mind our P's and Q's here.
Here we go. give me a call. We'll haul you around. There you go. Rob McPhee stepped up.
Yeah.
It's like Facebook Marketplace, Lauren. We just kind of ask for it, and what else do you need? Do you need what? Just tell us what else you need, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Money tree.
I pick up to pull, and I got a gooseneck trailer, but I screwed up with this whole deal, and I sold my pickup because I ordered a new one, and my new one's not in, and so I have nothing to pull my trailer with. So I really look stupid right now. I farm and don't have to pull a trailer. So
You're waiting on all those trucks that needs a chip.
yeah. No, well, I hope not. I don't know here, but it's not here yet. But one of these days. But anyways, yeah. So it's just a lot of stuff is falling into place that ain't supposed to. And Dalie wasn't supposed to do this well, and she's kind of impressed me, I say the least. So,
What she's got? About 4 or 5 hooks now? Is that what Dalie? Is that where you're at? 1 in Dubuque, 2 in Ravenna. So you should have 5 hooks under your belt right now, right? So, how do you get really nervous when you get up there? You get the butterflies. You don't get nervous at all? Really?
It feels weird because everybody's like, "Are you nervous?" And I'm like, I mean, it's fun and I love the adrenaline, but I don't get nervous at all.
Lauren, do you get nervous?
every time. Or me. Oh, I don't know.
So watch out when Lane, a couple years when Lane gets to drive, Dalie might be wanting to go unlimited super.
I don't know if we're going to do that.
We're watching your pass. That's Dubuque.
Oh, you can see him running.
Yeah, that's the biggest comment on my fat ass running.
I didn't do that, Dalie. I did not bring that up on purpose. I will tell you stories. My dad actually put an L and an R on the brakes for me when I first drove in his D21 back in the 90s. And that's the truest story there is out there. So it's all good.
I've yet to use my brakes.
That's good.
Yeah, that's great.
And I tried that steering wheel thing too, because I would always do this back in the day. And one day I put it underneath and I brought it up on top, and that tractor, whoo-hoo, this is before roll cages, and Dad goes, oh boy.
So what's the advice you give Dalie, Lauren, before she goes and pulls and
The first pull, the only thing I kept telling her, which is probably why she let out of it, is I said, don't hit anyone, don't hit anything, let out of it. Don't hit anything. Because I was worried, she'd get out of control and hit the side, hit somebody, and I could just see the worst happening all the time. And after that, I really never given her any advice because she looks like she's doing just fine without my advice. Maybe I need to take a little advice away.
Is this your new T-shirt, Dalie?
No.
Okay, I figured this would be a good T-shirt with the Sibling Rivalry, and you're getting ready to punch him. So
He wants to.
yeah, give us a good hook here, Jason.
I'm working on it. I get paid a lot to find all this stuff, Ron. So. Who has more video? Does your mom have it, or does Sadie have it on her Facebook? Dalie?
Be on Deer Commander.
Okay. I kind of forgot about that one. I apologize. Some alcohol superstock guy has that page. Ooh, I love this picture. I got to share this one. This is good stuff here. This is cool. I love that picture a lot.
That's cool.
That's at
Ravenna?
is it Ravenna?
That's Ravenna.
Oh, okay, yep, that is.
It's Mama's camera for the win.
Yeah, that looks cool. So just looking at how you finished, looking back at Ravenna here. Yeah, 4th place out of 11 tractors, or 12 tractors, 12 tractors at Ravenna. I mean, that's awesome. On Friday night. Saturday night, Ravenna. You probably remember all these, don't you? Where you finished? Where'd you finish on Saturday night in Ravenna?
I placed 6th.
6th.
Hey, Ron, I'm going to let the video play from Saturday night. I'm going to play the sound, so don't
Sure.
talk for a little bit.
Gotcha.
You can. Nobody will listen. So. Ooh, she was digging down there on the big end. She was taking some power down there, Dalie. I like that. So
as far as, just your technique on letting out on the clutch and making that work, I mean, you see a lot of first-time pullers get up there, and they can't master that with the turbo and the water injection and everything. So she hasn't had a problem with that, it doesn't look like at all.
Ron, she's been to pulls her whole life. Okay.
Dad makes me drive a tractor all the time, so it's kind of same as that.
But, I've seen guys get up there that have been pulling, going to pulls all their life and get up there, and they still can't. First time, it's a different animal to them when they do that, and Dalie just seemed to just take off with it and go. So
here's Arlington, guys. I'm going to play the sound. And Dalie, don't ever feel bad about pulling 1:30 in the morning. I pulled at Gordyville so late one year that the only people left are sleeping in the stands. So, and that's
you call that sleeping. Some people call it passed out.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, now I picked the right time to be professional, right? So. This is Arlington. This would have been last weekend, right, guys?
Yeah.
Young lady behind the wheel, ladies and gentlemen, let's step around. Dalie Paulson out of Coleridge, Nebraska.
I always love listening to your mom just screaming Dalie in all the videos. I love it. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, that was a 5th place hook there.
Yep.
In Arlington.
I'm stalking the Deer Commander Facebook page. I'm going to put, for everybody watching the show, you want to see all these videos, I'm going to put the Deer Commander Facebook page in the comments. So go there and you can scroll down just like I'm doing right now. So
is Lane just chomping at the bit right now? I mean, is he as excited as you are right now, or tell us what's going on there with that?
Yeah.
I think he's probably a little more nervous than Dalie is, to be honest.
Really?
He's been around it a long time, and he knows way more people than I'll ever dream of knowing. If I don't know somebody, I ask him, "Who is that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's so and so," and they got this and that. And he knows. He's Facebook friends with people that I don't even know who they are that are pulling people. So he's way more into it than any of us. But I think he's a little timid about the whole driving thing yet a little.
let's show a video of old Dad, okay, Ron? We can't have it all be about him.
All right.
A lot of horsepower for 6,200 pounds.
We're looking at Ravenna here.
Here comes the Deer Commander out of Coleridge, Nebraska. Gonna try to throw the hat and see what we can do.
So, Jason, on last week on one of your shows, you were filming through all the pictures of Manila, and you found one of Scott Holtgrew holding a 2-piece pipe with a pair of pliers.
Yeah.
That was my pipe off of my tractor on the 3rd hook I ever made with it after I bought it.
That's awesome. I'm still going to make a meme about that. I just haven't had time. So
That we went to Toma was the first hook I ever made with it. And then we went to Manila, and the wastegate stuck, and it built too much boost, and it took the weakest point, which was that piece of pipe.
Wow. That's
So
wild.
blew that out the side of the tractor. That's where that piece of pipe and them guys holding it come from.
No, it's such a class. I think Rootsync caught it. I'm going to make a meme and make that go viral. So I just haven't had time. So.
Yeah, he's the one who took the picture and sent it to me.
Good.
Somebody was anonymous there, Lauren, told you to smile. I don't know who put that up there, but anonymous Facebook user.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Ron, why. I think you have to kind of register when you comment, or if it's either, it could be an Outlaw admin or a Beer Money admin, because we're live on both those pages right now. So
Could be.
I haven't quite figured all this out. I know just enough about technology to be dangerous, so it's all good.
So, looking forward here, of course, you're going to, not sure how serious you are on finding her a ride, but that would be really cool to keep both tractors going. I know probably how Daley feels about that, but I mean, it sounds like you're.
We found him.
Mark
We found
Ham.
him.
Yeah, we found the guy.
Yeah, he's the culprit. He claimed it.
I'm going to try and keep both going. And with my class, things can go south pretty fast. So I don't know. You never know what'll happen there, I guess, as far as you know, how high the breakage thing is. And hopefully that won't be an issue this year. I've had enough already last year, a couple of years. So, but I'll make it work one way or another. I'll find her a ride. If she continues to do well, I guess I have no choice.
Yeah, she's going to gain some fans this year too. I'm sure she's going to get a fan base. They're going to be rooting for her.
Done way better than expected, to be honest with you. I just thought we would have a learning year, I call it. But I guess we're having a team.
The farmer's daughter, Lauren. They make up songs about that stuff. So.
I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
The announcer was quietly rooting for you Saturday night, so I have to be unbiased, when I'm announcing. But part of me was rooting for you.
But this is your show now, Ron. So Outlawed with Ron Stone, anything goes.
That's right, Outlawed. It's perfect.
Rookie of the year. Mark's throwing the hat in there, Daley.
Yeah, could be.
Well, thank you very much for rooting for her. We really appreciate it.
No, it's a great story. It's awesome. I mean, this is the next generation, and this how this crazy sport spending all this money and our long weekends and lots of work, and this is why we do what we do. It's all good.
Yeah, and getting the next generation involved, Lauren, is so important to the sport. I mean, the Outlaws have a lot of young guns, is what we're calling them. You sit down and think about it. We've got a lot. We've got several young drivers, under the age of 25. Next week we're going to have Gray Porter on. The week after that, I just confirmed we're going to have Kelsey Davidson on. We've got several pullers that we could do this for a while. Pullers under the age of 25 that these are the ones that are going to be carrying the torch when we get too old, when the Lauren Paulson gets tired of pulling. So unless you're like Gary Whiff, of course, you just keep pulling forever. So
He's a remarkable guy, that guy. I'll give him credit. That's a lot of years doing it.
yeah, that's what his 51st year this year of pulling is what I was told.
Yes, I'm good friends with him. He's a very nice. Yes.
Did you guys see this video of Taylor yet Friday night before Manila?
Oh boy.
Oh, hold on. I'll play that again. He was so proud. He called me. I was up and told him, he's like, Jason, you got to play this video.
He wasn't even pulling anything.
I know, but I said he took his tires somewhere and got them sharpened. He thought that was funny. So.
Hi.
Oh boy.
Thinking Daley driving in that class if they'd all drive. That Davison girl,
Yeah.
Jamie Yonke, Sydney Summers, the Paddock's daughter, and Daley.
Yeah, there's a bunch. So
and they called it the powder puff, was what they called it around here back in the day. When they had the farm pulls or stuff, they called it the powder puff. My mom would drive a tractor, so
There's no powder in this puff, though. Lauren.
more, I guess.
Yeah, we're not messing around.
She's kicking some butt. So Dalie, is there anybody you want to thank, Dalie?
My lovely dad.
There's a smile. Look at it.
Dalie, give him a kiss on the cheek, Dalie. Oh, yay.
That's nice.
So, yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you guys coming on. And Dalie, good luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you.
I think you're going to have a pretty big fan base by the end of 2021. So, your mom's pushing you pretty hard too, and that's cool. She's putting you out there. So,
Thank you for what both of you do for the sport. I mean, Ron, you're an excellent announcer and getting better by the day. And Jason, you just all around media guy. You're excellent.
I love it.
thank you.
I love
Appreciate
it.
it. You guys are a great pulling family, and we appreciate you coming on tonight.
Yeah, a little disappointed you're not going to make Rock Valley though, Jason.
I'm going to be there in person. I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out and play, but just not with my tractor. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Moral support.
I'll be there Thursday night, and then I'm bringing out my new truck and my new trailer, so we get used to that at least. At least I have a place to sleep. I don't know. You can't get mad. You guys know what it's like to get parts.
Yeah.
So
no,
Does it have the sound system your old trailer did, by the way?
yeah, actually, I put a bigger one in this one. So I put a 15-inch subwoofer in it. It's gonna boom. So
Go ahead, Lauren.
that'll be we're going up there Thursday night also, and for everything. So yeah, it'll be fun. The Outlaws are a great group of people, and I don't know if they're bad apple the whole group. Yeah, maybe they're, but not bad.
couple. There's one in every crowd, right? So
No, they have a great group of people. I don't care what class you pull in, everybody's willing to help everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it takes. It's awesome to see competitors helping each other at the starting line, when something goes wrong and knowing that they could actually get beat by that tractor and they're trying to help them get up through the line is pretty cool. So that's just the sport of pulling. I mean,
Dalie, when Sibling Rivalry beats the Remedy, I won't be ashamed to be beaten by a girl, okay? Promise.
Mm-hmm.
I bet Connie Molinix has put it on you a time or two, Jason, just saying.
My uncle Paul's sitting on his porch in Tulsa, Oklahoma, drinking bourbon, talking smack. He's a race car guy, so that's what he does. So,
Oh, goodness.
good stuff. You guys have a great night, okay?
Yep. Thank you, guys. Good night.
That's good stuff, Ron.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Now, she's got a long season yet, but I mean, she's doing awesome. Like he said, this was supposed to be her learning year, and here she is in second place. So
Yeah.
and it's hard not to quietly pull for her, as the unbiased announcer, up there, because you want to see her do well. But yeah, great family, and they all get involved. The whole family does, and that makes it a lot better too. So it's a shame we won't have the Remedy up there.
I'm trying. I really am.
Questions for you tonight, and you actually hit it before I even asked. So
Okay, good. No, Taylor and I it's been, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of moving parts and everybody's busy this year. And because I planned on putting my new rims and tires on that day. And Taylor's like, are you really going to be here? Because if you're not, I have other customers and we got to get that going. So I was like, no, I get it. I get it. So I said, no, we ordered the first set of rods. They didn't pass the heat test and they cracked, Ron. And then we ordered them from somewhere else. And that gentleman was in the hospital all week last week. And I just keep telling myself it's meant to be and it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. So
that was next big pull, next stop, of course, Rock Valley, Iowa. 3 sessions of pulling was on their website a little while ago. If you can actually buy tickets right now.
Okay.
That's
Is it under, what's the website? It's under
rockvalleypull.com is the
I'll
website.
put that up on the screen so people can see that.
And there'll be a section there that says click
So
here.
in the comments, Ron, I have that. Ooh. See, hold on. I got a good comment here. Kurt, I don't know how much I have to pay Taylor, but if I could drive Extreme Pleasure, I'd have to let Taylor take my tractor the rest of the year.
Is that, Kurt, is that just after the video that we just showed, or that decision a result of that video?
No, it's all good. That's his hometown pool. Taylor needs to drive his tractor. I just want to back him up. That's what I'll do. I'll be his backer-upper, and Kurt can be the official ether squirter. Yeah, Kurt's good on ether. I'll back him up. So,
but yeah, it's $25 for adults on Friday, and of course, the best deal going is $25 for all day Saturday. It's a pretty good deal. So
that's an amazing deal.
Kids up to 5 to 12 are $10. There you got it all right there. So
they what I like, I mean, just check that place is so cool. It's just cool. It's awesome. And I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait to be there. So
yep, we'll be we're heading up early. Of course, the Outlaw banquet is our makeup banquet due to COVID restrictions back in November, but we're going to have a little banquet there at a community center in Rock Valley on Thursday night. So it'll be a long weekend. Planning on going up Wednesday morning and starting to get things set up. So really looking forward to it.
So in the comments, anybody, it's rockvalleypool.com, and I put that website in the comments for people. And I'm showing a cool video right now, but I'll scroll back up. You can see where to order your tickets. And it seems like, Ron, whenever you pre-sell tickets, people get nervous, like, oh, you have to buy them ahead of time. No, you don't. You're not going to run out of room. Okay, so it's okay. Right. I don't want to scare anybody. But you click on that link right there, and it takes you to it. And like Ron was talking about, you got Friday night adult, Saturday all day, $25 for all day. You can't beat that with the big stick, right?
That's a good deal. But in the same deal for the kids, so just $10 Friday night, $10 all day Saturday. So yeah, that's a heck of a deal.
Yeah. But this picture obviously is taken from a drone, but that's just awesome. Love it, love it, love it.
There was something else I wanted to mention. I'm going to send you a text here if I can forward it to you. Our merchandise guy, Delton, sent me some pictures of some Outlaw hats. And as far as merchandise goes, if you go to their store, Diesel Power Plus, you spend $100, they'll give you an Outlaw hat for free. And they're American flag themed hats. I'm going to forward this to you, Jason.
Is it on their website, Ron?
Yeah, it's
I don't know if that's it. Diesel Power Plus is Tulsa Diesel Repair Headquarters.
DieselPowerPlus.com. Of course, I thought it was DPPshop.com. It's DieselPowerPlusStore.com. Okay. That's what it is.
Boom. Okay, so we are looking for, where's our Outlaw stuff? Right there. There we go.
I think these hats are brand new, I think. He called me just a little bit before the show started.
Yeah, I found them, Ron. I'm putting on the screen right now, bud.
There you go. There's one of them.
That one, bud?
I think that's one. Yep, that looks like one of them. He has 5 different hats, Outlaw hats. But that's definitely one of them.
Is it really free? Well, Kurt wouldn't lie about free camping, would he? He's pretty legit. He's kind of a big deal there.
Free camping.
I'm gonna stay at Kurt Van Beek's house, even though I'm bringing my trailer out, Ron. I'm gonna stay at the Van Beek Ranch. I've decided. So.
Does he know that? Just ask him.
No, he just found out. He just found out, Ron. No, I'm bringing my truck and trailer out, and I'm gonna sleep in it. So, here's another hat. We got the Outlaw hat there.
Yeah, I think that's one of them.
On their website, I can see
They're all American flag. They're all themed with the American flag there.
Then here's one more, Ron, right here, bud. Can you see that up on the screen, bud?
Yep, that's one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on their website, DPP, DieselPowerPlusStore.com. So
Yeah.
Okay, you just sent. Is that what you want me to share?
Yeah, that's it. He just said, he sent me a text and said, spend $100 online and you get one of those hats for free. So,
Okay,
so that was a pretty cool deal. Just want to pass along to folks. So
that's a neat hat. So put that website into the comments as well.
that's something that we kind of talked about a little bit was this Young Guns, the possibility of having a T-shirt with the Young Guns on it. We'll just see if there's a demand for it, we might do it. If not, we may not. But see how far we go with this Young Guns theme here. Lauren was mentioning some others that we hadn't talked about, but we got Kelsey Davidson lined up for 2 weeks from now. We'll do Gray Porter next week, Tuesday before Rock Valley, and then we'll get Kelsey Davidson on
Good.
the Tuesday after. So that'd be a good deal. It's Kelsey's drives a 4-1 tractor too. So
Yeah. High velocity, I believe.
Legacy Edition. Yeah. They won Friday night in Ravenna. So
Is it called high velocity?
yeah, High Velocity Legacy Edition is the
Okay.
AGCO tractor.
So I need to pull up. I know we're getting about done, but I want to queue up some Rock Valley video. That would be, let's see, Thunder in the Valley. Yeah, Saturday, July 13th.
2020. We might. You said you have Koima lined up for next week.
Yeah.
I talked to Rich.
Well, no, I haven't lined up for my Monday night show. You're in charge of your own show, so you have
Gotcha.
to what you want there. But I assume we get him, or be fun to have Mr. Van Beek on too. The Kurt. So
We could
Tim
do-
Blacksburg would be fun too because he does a really good job with their social media. So
Yeah, he does a good job with that. They put a lot of stuff out there. That's what it takes.
it does. You got to just be consistent and keep pounding all the time. Let's see here. Okay, I got some video queued
Yeah, I
up.
think it was 2 years ago. It was pretty late. Well, pretty early, rather. And, man, I heard this 80s music just cranking out of somebody's trailer. Guess whose trailer it was? There at Rock Valley.
Was it Tim's?
It was yours.
Oh, okay. Weird.
It was yours. Yeah, weird. You were nowhere to be found. But
Yeah, we were parked as you're standing on the track looking down from the start line, we were like the first trailer on the left.
yeah.
And then the party was over in the bigger pits area. So we just kind of wandered over there and we came back at 3 a.m. and my dad was sleeping in there. And I don't know how he slept with the stereo that loud. He couldn't find out where to turn it off. And I said, Dad, why did you turn the stereo down? He goes, I couldn't find it and I didn't care. I was so tired. So I said, well, perfect.
Yeah, that was the next morning you helped me load that generator. I was right there across from you, remember?
Yep. Hey, one of my Badger State brethren, Jerry Mason with the Green Mule, who won in Dubuque, Iowa, just texted me and said he's going to the big one, the Rock Valley.
Awesome.
So
That's going to be
awesome.
so good. It's going to be so good.
I'm telling you that we talked about it earlier, and that poll's always been awesome. But last year it really got like when the Holman brothers show up to your poll, and your Schlabas and your Super Roosters and your Colin Rosses and these big names that we all kind of go, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's you get on the map. You get on the map.
It definitely, they definitely raised the bar last year, and the way the crew did there. I mean, the timeliness of everything, and we were rocking and rolling. And I was amazed to look at my watch at the end of the show and see what time it was that we were already done after all those hooks. So
I love it. Well, anything else, sir?
Man, I am good to go. We'll continue this next Tuesday night.
Yeah.
We'll bring on Gray Porter. He's coming off a win Saturday night down in Whitewright. So he just won on Saturday night down in Whitewright at Thunder and the Lone Star.
So don't go anywhere, people. I know you're all here to hear Ron and I talk. Ha ha. As soon as I get rid of our faces, I'm going to fire up some videos. I'm going to let it play for a while. So outlawed.tv. So sound good, bud?
Sounds good to me, brother. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Good night to you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Hooks with sound if you wish to do so. You'll have this pull for 30 days from today if you purchased it this afternoon. This is Keith Keyshaw out of Ravenna, Nebraska, the die-hard deer. Woo! Don't think he got there. It was a good-looking pull, but I don't think he got him. .307.6, 307.6 feet for the die-hard deer, Keith Keyshaw.
Gerald Tomka just laying around Dodge, Nebraska. Right there for Gerald Tomka, just laying down from Dodge, Nebraska. He goes 268.39, 268 and 39.
You know, I'm guessing that truck probably just sat out behind the barn for a while or something. Sometimes it's fun to guess where they got the names they put on the sides of some of these pulling trucks and tractors out here. Just laying around makes me think maybe the truck was just sitting out behind the barn for several years and he got it out to make a puller out of it. Karen Hoffman coming up next. Karen Hoffman out of Dunlap, Iowa. Case IH machine, simply called the Tractor. Her son, Justin Hoffman, out getting her lined up, getting her squared up to the sled. Good-looking Case IH. Also want to thank Case IH, which is a global leader in agricultural equipment, with a network of dealers and distributors committed to working with their customers to provide agricultural equipment and flexible financial services to provide the most powerful and reliable equipment to meet today's agricultural challenges. Case IH, the title sponsor of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pullers in 2020.
Well, after your hook over here on the west side, we will go down the results of our first completed class, our naturally aspirated two-wheel drive trucks, and then I think we will have our winner down in the winner's circle at the opposite end of the track with Ryan Freeman.
All right, ladies, let's make some noise. Karen Hoffman behind the wheel of the tractor. The man from Minden, Illinois, sits on in the number one spot at 319.26. Chain is tight. Green flags on the track. Let's build some boost and turn it loose. Karen Hoffman and the tractor. All right. Question is, did she pull back on the throttle before the sled got to 100 foot? Tractor took a noticeable left turn right out of the hole, right out of the gate. It turned left on her.
Mitch Tomka, if we can have you report to the winner's circle down here on the south end of the track. While we're got a little bit of a break here, let's go over our results for the naturally aspirated two-wheel drive trucks. There was 11 entered tonight. Number 11, the Dirt Diva, Tammy Hewenick. Number 10, just laying around, Gerald Tomka. Ninth place tonight, Thunderstruck Loy Warman. Number 8, Slightly Twisted. Slightly Twisted, number 8 tonight, Terry Van Beek. 7th place, Foolish Pleasure, Matt Becker. Number 6, Hot Iron. Number 6, Hot Iron, Mark Crowley. And now our top 5. 5th place, Ragin' Red, Aaron Deckers goes 3:16 and 58. 4th place, Running Wild, Luke Renter, 3:17 and 21. Number 3 this evening, Matt Phelps with The Dirt. He goes 3:17 and 61. Number 2, Twisted Sister, Dustin Van Beek goes 3:18 and 20. And our winner, the Midnight Mistress, number 2, all the way out from Dodge, Nebraska, Mitch Tomka with the winning pass of 3:23 and 63. Give it up for Mitch Tomka, our winner. I believe we have Mitch down there with Ryan Freeman.
All right, Outlaw Nation, I'm standing here in Champion Circle with Mitch Tomka out of Howells, Nebraska, driver of Midnight Mistress. Mitch, what'd you think about that run?
Oh, it was a hard track, so picking the right gear was a little tricky off the get-go, but once I saw the other guys go, I just picked the one I went with it.
Did you come here to take home the rock this weekend?
No.
Well, you got an awfully good start at it right now, I'll tell you that. Is there any place you'd rather be than Rock Valley, Iowa tonight?
No.
All right, congratulations once again. Mitch Tomka, Midnight Mistress.
You got it, Leroy? 8-second ride.
All right, let's get back to action on our class number 2 on the east side. Gary Warren from Selno, Missouri, 8-second ride. And that's how we start out the class on our light super stocks. Once again, he is our option puller.
Getting ready to turn Mike Hargens loose out of Schleswig, Iowa, the wild side, John Deere. Hargens finished 5th overall in 2019. Last season, this was your number 5 tractor in a big class of light limited pro stocks. Mike Hargens, wild side.
And up on the east side, they tell us he is going to take that hook. So Gary Warren, the 8-second ride, he lays a pass down of 283 feet, 0.10, 283 and 10 for Gary Warren, the 8-second ride. And that's how we start out our light super stock class.
Mike Hargens in wild side goes 310.18 feet. 310.18 puts him in the number 4 spot at this point in the competition. 25 tractors in this light limited pro stock division, 25 of them.
Hey, Ryan Rusink, we start at 6 o'clock, by the way, buddy. You had a little bit of tire issues, we understand. Ryan Rusink's in the house.
Ryan, we're going to have a competition tonight. A competition. Who can spell your last name correctly without going to the internet? No phones allowed. So if you can spell Ryan Rusink's last name correctly, we're going to give you a hat. Yours is easy. What are you talking about, Mark Ham?
All right, back into the sled over on the east side. Tyler Dorman and the Pumpkin Express out of Sweet Springs, Missouri. This is the tractor that finished 3rd in our points for our 2019 pulling season. Now, these tractors have had one hook so far on the 2020 pulling season. This tractor got 6th place over in Warrensburg, Missouri on Saturday, June 20th at the Show Me Shootout. One distance in the book, that's 283 feet, 10 inches. Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to hear those 2 letters that no one likes to hear. DQ.
I generally like to hear those 2 letters most of the time.
Yeah, because you're
that means we're going to Dairy Queen,
getting a
banana split.
Yeah.
Yeah, disqualification for Mr. Dorman over there. The Pumpkin Express goes out of bounds. Automatic disqualification. Kyle Stepanek, Minnow, South Dakota International, called toxic. Looks pretty good. Nice hook for Kyle Stepanek. The Toxic International. 313.33. 313.33 puts him in the number 3 spot.
Over on the East track, we're looking for Mark Ulmer with Eleanor on our light super stock class from Minnow, South Dakota. Now, in this class here, it can be a combination of alcohol and diesel. If you're running an alky burner, we limit you to 6,000 pounds. If you're running a diesel, you can run up to 6,300 pounds. No component tractors in this class. 100% ag chassis in the light super stock class.
While we have a moment, I want to thank one of our Outlaw sponsors, EcoTuning, ecotuning.com. EcoTuning is a leader in helping you gain fuel efficiency and more power. You heard that right. Fuel efficiency and more power from your farm equipment in a safe and reliable and proven method. Check out their website, ecotuning.com, or find the dealer nearest you. ecotuning.com.
Wow!
Kristen Myers, the Rambunctious International out of Fawcett, Missouri. Finished number 6 in this class point last season. Tough running international. 319.26, the mark to beat. A lot of speed at mid-track. Had good momentum heading for the big end.
Meanwhile, over on the East track, backing into the sled from Minnow, South Dakota, Eleanor. Here comes Mark Ulmer in our light super stock class.
Had to beat 319.26. Look at the leaderboard. Your new leader, 319.31. Give a round of applause, Tristan Myers, your new number 1. By 0.05 of 1 foot. 0.05 of a foot.
Just like Mike Masonbrink's tractor, inches matter, correct? All right, he's got the chain tight. Green flags. Here comes Mark Ulmer with Eleanor.
Good looking pass for Mark Ulmer.
Needed to go in excess of 283 feet. to take the lead. I think he did that and then some. How about 316.05, folks? 316 feet, 0.05, taking the lead with authority. Mark Ulmer and Eleanor.
Good looking pass for Mark Ulmer. Is that Marzon? Logan Marzon spots the sled on the far left side of the track. All drivers have that option. They can spot that sled wherever they want from one side to the other. This one's called In the Red. Not going to get their hug on that left boundary. Plenty of traction, just not enough oomph to get him down there where he needed to go.
Tractor's called In the Red, but he was trying to keep it in between the white there, Ron.
Yeah, he was hugging that left boundary for sure. 294.43, 294.43 for Logan Marzon.
Back to the light super stocks. Our class sponsored by Premier Bank. Premier Bank, proud sponsor of our light super stocks here at Rock Valley, Iowa. We're looking for Melvin Nelson, senseless, out of Dannebrog, Nebraska. Melvin Nelson and senseless. 316.05 is our current lead. Mark Ulmer sitting on top of the class. Once again, thank you to Premier Bank, class sponsor for the Light Supers this year at our 2020 Thunder in the Valley.
Programs for sale. Some young ladies walking around with the programs. If you want one, put your hand up. Let them see you. Those are brand new, hot off the press for 2020 Outlaw programs.
All right, green light on the rock sled. Green flag on the track officials. Here he comes. Melvin Nelson out of Nebraska and senseless. Well, unfortunately, I believe he stayed in that throttle beyond that 100-foot mark. So
right forward will look like to me, unless he was trying to keep the sled from getting into him.
140.95, 140 feet and 95 is where we're going to measure Melvin Nelson and senseless.
Tony Hasselbrock, the Storm Chaser, out of Iona, Minnesota, taking a shot. They're going to come up short.
On our Premier Bank Light Superstock class, back it into the sled from Nima Hall, Iowa. Demon be gone, Lyle Wrong. Will be our next competitor. 316.05 is where that leader flag currently sits, courtesy of Mark Ulmer. Don't forget 2 more sessions tomorrow, 12 noon. 12 noon is when we start tomorrow afternoon, and then tomorrow evening we start a half hour earlier, 5:30 p.m. will be session 3 of our 2020 Thunder in the Valley. And if you can't make it, outlawpulling.tv is where you can watch the live stream online.
Number 3 tractor from last season, the light limited pro stock division, Brady Gosler, spare time, getting back up to the sled.
All right, here we go. Loud Romp, Demon Be Gone, Nemaha, Iowa. On our Premier Bank Light Super Stocks.
Oh, he was right on the edge the whole way.
Yes, so this is the class mixture of both alcohol and diesels. We let the alcohols run at 6,000 pounds, the diesels at 6,300 pounds. He goes 227.87, 227 feet, 0.87 for Lyle Ronk.
Brady Gosler. Pretty tough tractor right here, but gloves are coming off, helmet's coming off. Looks like his night's going to be ended prematurely here. Not sure what happened. Did not hear anything that would have made us think he lost a turbocharger or motor. He needs a pull-off, on the west track. Turbocharger.
Backing into the sled on the east side, Dwayne Feaster, the old girl, the Oliver out of Long Pine, Nebraska.
Yeah, give Brady Gosler a round of applause. Pretty tough tractor right there. He took 3rd overall in points last season. No easy task in this group, in this light limited pro stock division with the Outlaws. A lot of tough tractors in this class.
How about it? Any Oliver fans in the house? Any Oliver fans here tonight? There's a few of you. Here we go. Dwayne Feaster, the old girl, Long Pine, Nebraska. $216.01, 216.01 for Dwayne Feaster. And the Oliver 1950T out of Long Pine, Nebraska. Next we'll be looking up for Melvin Nelson once again. We saw Melvin Nelson and Senseless earlier in the class. Born Loser Light will be our next competitor on our Premier Bank Light Supers.
Jeff Seibert out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. John Deere called the Resurrected Deer. Tractor tried to go left on him early on in the pass. When the front end came way up, it went left. Couldn't see his right foot, but I'm betting he was mashing that brake a little bit to keep it straight and narrow down the track. Going to come up short right there where it went left. Turning the wheels, of course, they're in the air. They're not doing much good. Have to use those individual rear brakes to keep it straight. 302.94 feet, 302.94 for Jeff Seibert.
Melvin Nelson, born loser light. Dannebrog, Nebraska, backing into the sled on our Premier Bank Light Super Stocks.
Leroy, while our next puller is getting ready, I just want to mention I was saddened to hear earlier this week that another one of our super pools was unfortunately canceled on down the line. So I just want to remind everyone here tonight, when you see your local and county officials, please let them know how much you appreciate them, how much you support them for doing the right thing and letting Thunder in the Valley happen.
Mark Ulmer and Eleanor still sitting on top of the class, 316.05. Here comes Melvin Nelson from Nebraska with the born loser light. And right there for Melvin Nelson. 265 feet, 0.58, 265, and 58.
Seth Shackleford out of Centerview, Missouri, getting lined up here in his international called Up in Smoke. 319.31, the mark to beat Tristan Myers, the rambunctious international, in the lead right now. Not going to get there. Seth Shackleford going to come up short at 288.27, 288.27 feet.
And meanwhile, on our Premier Bank Light Superstock sled, Tom Sheffler. Tom comes to us from Hancock, Iowa, just for fun. Tom Sheffler, just for fun, Hancock, Iowa. Now on our Alky burners, if they run 510 to 640 cubic inches, they can run one turbocharger with a 4.1-inch inlet. On the diesel tractors, 510 to 650 cubic inches, they can run a 4.8 charger. Now, if they have one of the smaller cubic inches, the 505 cubic inches or lower, they can run up to 4 turbos with 3 maximum stages. We hook them at a 20-inch maximum hitch height, and they run 30.5 tires. And that is our light super stock class. Here he comes, Tom Sheffler, just for fun, from Hancock, Iowa.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Tractor says just for fun, but I don't think that was too fun of a ride there for Tom.
Yeah, you might feel that tomorrow. Might feel it tonight, actually.
154 feet, 0.56, 154 and 56 for Tom Sheffler, just for fun, out of Hancock, Iowa.
Brad Zeck, the dark horse, coming up next out of Ravenna, Nebraska. New tractor for him in 2020. This tractor used to be owned by Jim Waddle, if I remember correctly. Dark horse. Well, thank Schaefer Oil and Lubricants. Schaefer Lubricants offers the highest quality and proven products that work. Schaefer Oils and Lubricants are the best money can buy and will extend the life of your vehicle or your equipment. Schaefer products will help improve your bottom line with more miles between oil changes and greases that will make your equipment last longer. Schaefer Oil. A little light on the nose, but I tell you what, he made lemonade with that pass. Still got it down the track. Front end came way up in the air if we watched the replay. Right about now, he said, oh, I wish I'd have put that other weight on the front instead of the back.
On our Premier Bank Light Superstock class, Tyler Splatansky, Super 10 out of Cairo, Nebraska, will be our next competitor. Tyler Splatansky. He was doing everything he could, too, to stay in bounds. 268 feet, 0.16 to a 6'8", and 16 for the Super 10 out of Cairo, Nebraska, Tyler Splatansky.
$278.4 for Brad Zeck in the dark horse. Lucas Severson, John Deere called Grandpa's Dream, coming up next. Out of Manila, Iowa. Lucas finished 7th overall in outlaw points last season. Right now, the man to beat is out of Fawcett, Missouri, Tristan Myers. Rambunctious International with 319.31. Here we go, John Deere fans, let him hear you. Lucas Severson, Grandpa's Dream. Not going to do it. Not going to make it. Tristan Myers dodges another bullet right there. 294.35, 294.35 feet.
Well, earlier in the class on the east side, we saw Tom Sheffler, and just for fun, here comes Jim Sheffler, and Too Much Fun, also from Hancock, Iowa. Jim Sheffler, Too Much Fun. Premier Bank Light Superstock class. We have 12 of them here tonight.
We've got 9 of them. 3 to go. Jim Sheffler, Mark Ulmer, and Ryan Boyson. That's how we will wrap up our Light Superstock class. And then we will move to our unlimited Superstocks. Brad Lundell and Johnny Be Good. Making his way out onto the track right now. Aaron, Iowa. Pretty tough running tractor right here as well. No slouches in this Ravenna Pro Stock class whatsoever. Over on the east side, on the Premier Bank Light Super Stocks Gym, the Shackleford crew, much fun, Hancock, Iowa. Our current leader, Mark Ulmer, 316.05 with Eleanor, where the leader flag currently sits. And Jim Shepard put it up a little bit short tonight. 247.23, 247, and 23 for too much fun. Brad Lundell, Johnny Be Good, the Chiron, Iowa, getting ready to take a shot, looking down track, all green flags. Johnny Be Good taking a shot there. It goes 309.15, 309.15 feet. Well, the next trekker coming into the sled over on the east side, Ron, is our 2019 points champion. And we're, of course, talking about the weapon, Mark Ulmer.
Number 2 in our third session.
Diesel workhorses, whatever you drive.
Mears out of Fawcett, Missouri. The Bad News Chevrolet taking a shot at Derek Brown. Comes up short, 299.35. Mears out of Fawcett.
That'll put him into the
that right now, but with all the cancellations, this very well could be the biggest pull of the year.
I know you guys are up there in the crow's nest, but I got to sneak off the concession stand. I'm just telling you, you're missing out. I had me a pork sandwich and maybe a hot dog or two. So anybody in the stands, if you got a second, sneak down the concession stand, support your local concessions.
All right, over on the east side, Dad is currently leading. Dad, Terry Blackburn, with a distance of 332.99. Here's his son, Josh Blackburn, armed and dangerous, deadly force from Wisconsin.
Chad Mears, the Bad News Chevrolet, lined up over here in the Pro Stock pickup class.
Many over there think that Josh can best the distance that Dad laid down. If he wants to take that top spot, once again, 332 and 99 is the distance to beat. Hey, he's right down there in the money. Not for sure if he took the lead, but probably put him into that number 2 spot if not. 324 feet, 0.97, 324 and 97. So the Blackburn tractor sit number 1 or number 2.
Chad Mears out of Fawcett, Missouri. The Bad News Chevrolet taking a shot at Derek Brown. Comes up short, 299.35. Puts him in the number 2 spot at 299.35 feet. That truck used to be a super modified four-wheel drive. Used to have the extended 170-inch wheelbase with a supercharged motor in it back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
On our unlimited super stock class, sponsored by Case IH. We saw Detonator Red earlier in the class. Here comes Detonator Black. Adam Spiegelberg, Waiawega, Wisconsin.
Why do I farm? It's just something I've always wanted to do. Something I've known since I was my daughter's
Off-road
age.
belts.
I think about what
Based
kind of
right
farm
here in
I'm
Rock
going to
Valley,
hand over
Iowa.
to her.
Off-road belts could supply you with
About
any
how I
belt
can
to
make
fit
it
your
more successful,
lawnmower
more
all the way up
sustainable.
to your...
I talk to other farmers with agronomists and advisors to help me make better decisions, to figure out what's working for them and how to make it work even better for my farm. Because when you farm, you have a responsibility to keep it growing, to look at a freshly planted field, a newborn calf, even your bottom line. Then ask yourself, how do I help this grow? How can I make it even more productive? I ask myself these questions every day because no matter what I'm doing, I'm still a farmer.
Adam Spiegelberg, the Detonator Black. Oh, yeah, he's duck walking a little bit there toward the end. Kept her in bounds. Need a pull-off tractor. We need a pull-off tractor for Adam Spiegelberg. Adam goes 302.78, 302 feet, 0.78. That'll put him into the number 4 spot.
Nathan Breheim getting ready to take his turn to come after the leader. Has to beat 302.06. He's out of Sedalia, Missouri. It's called Breaking Loose. Woo! They're grouping them in tight now. 296.44, 296.44 feet for Nathan Breheim and Breaking Loose.
On our unlimited super stock class, the other father-son team that's here this weekend, we saw Scott Whitworth earlier in the class. Here comes Colton Whitworth, also from Unionville, Missouri. And the Whitetail Properties, John Deere.
Why do I farm? It's just something I've always wanted to do. Something I've known since I was my daughter's age. I think about what kind of farm I'm going to hand over to her. About how I can make it more successful, more sustainable. I talk to other farmers with agronomists and advisors to help me make better decisions. To figure out what's working for them and how to make it work even better for my farm. Because when you farm, you have a responsibility to keep it growing. To look at a freshly planted field, a newborn calf, even your bottom line. Then ask yourself, how do I help this grow? How can I make it even more productive?
Up the top 10 in a pro stock.
There's two types of drivers out there. Drivers who know how to protect their investment and drivers who don't. Car owners who know how to get more miles per gallon and owners who don't. We're talking people who know their Schaefer and people who don't. Which one are you? From cars to trucks to diesel workhorses, whatever you drive, there's a Schaefer synthetic oil for you. Do you know your Schaefer? Ask for it at an automatic.
It's a new day, and there's work to be done, which is why we're with you every step of the way. working tirelessly to bring you industry-leading fuel efficiency, power, and comfort. Introducing the AFS Connect Steiger Series tractor, powered by AFS Connect technology, giving you the freedom to farm the way you want, achieving year-to-year repeatable accuracy. Remotely monitor and manage your farm, fleet, and data, optimizing your performance, productivity, and flexibility.
Sounds good. I'll tell you what, I don't think your wife or your son was one bit excited. How do y'all feel about Dad's run tonight?
It was a great pass. I'm glad it happened.
Do you think he can do it again tomorrow? Well, good luck to y'all. You're halfway there to taking home the rock. Congratulations once again, Derek Brown, hauling grass out of Seneca, Missouri.
All right, since we had one scratch in the unlimited super stocks, we have 19 total vehicles, so 16 in the books, 3 to go. Actually, we got 15 in the book, 4 to go. Here we go. Alan Ulmer, John Hoffman, Colin Weens, and Bryce Terry. Those will be our final 4 competitors in our unlimited super stocks. This class is presented tonight by Case IH. We were talking about Tony McMullen earlier, who got second place with the bad influence in the 8,500-pound light class earlier this evening. We said that tractor used to be owned by Jason Schultz. Jason's watching on the live stream tonight. Jason just texted me. He's watching on outlawpulling.tv. All right, here we go. Alan Ulmer, Midnight Mistress from Minnows, South Dakota. Once again, our current leader. Terry Blackburn, 332.99. Josh Blackburn, number 2, 324 and 97.
There's 4 left in that class. I'm starting a class right now with all these. I would use the gap in that class to throw the stuff out. As soon as those 4 run, be out here ready and all announce you guys throw out. Okay. T-shirts, koozies. Okay.
All right, our unlimited super stocks. The green light on the flag. Alan Ulmer, Midnight Mistress. The Midnight Mistress out of Minnow, South Dakota, Alan Ulmer. He goes 297.41, 297 and 41.
Want to thank DeKalb and Asgrow Seed. DeKalb Seeds, proven winners in the field and better yields with faster maturity. Contact your local rep to start planting more acres with DeKalb for more profitability. DeKalb.com.
Don't forget, 2 more sessions of Thunder in the Valley. We'll be back here at 12 noon tomorrow for session number 2, and our 3rd session, we will commence a half hour earlier. Tomorrow night, in addition to 5:30. Wow! For our Saturday evening session, Thunder in the Valley here in Rock Valley, Iowa. Super stock class presented by Case IH. John Hoffman will be followed by Colin Weens, and we'll wrap up the class. with Bryce Terry and the high-strung Alice Chalmers out of Gallatin, Missouri. Didn't have it exactly square with the sled, so we'll bring him back out and back him back in. At the conclusion of our unlimited super stock class, we will go to our big boys, the pro stocks, 10,000 pound pro stocks. All right, here he comes, John Hoffman, last one standing. He got her back down within that first 100 feet, so if he wants to take another opportunity, we can bring him back to the starting line for opportunity number 2, and it appears that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, don't see any helmets coming off. Usually when you see the helmet and the gloves come off, we know they're pretty much done, but looks like the tractor is mechanically sound and able to go again.
You know, a lot of times, Ron, in the middle of summer on these alcohol burning tractors, the heat and humidity can sometimes wreak havoc on them, but we actually got a beautiful night for pulling here tonight here in Rock Valley.
Yeah, somebody said the R word earlier, and I said, shh, don't say that. And I think we actually heard a clap of thunder here about a quarter till, and it looks really beautiful out here tonight.
All right, opportunity number 2 for John Hoffman. Last one standing. And
yeah, he's got some issues with the last one standing there.
And we're going to measure him at 3.74. 3 feet, 0.74 will be the distance for John Hoffman, and last one standing from Dunlap, Iowa.
AgriShield seed treatments protect your most valuable investment by helping crops fulfill their genetic potential in the field. Check out their website. Find out how they can improve your bottom line. That's agra-shield.com. Programs. The young ladies are walking around with the programs. Don't forget, there's 2 special programs out there. Thumb through the pages of your program when you get it. See if you've got a sticker inside. There's a sticker in there that's good for a free Outlaw t-shirt. And then another program has a sticker good for a free Outlaw koozie. Diesel Super Stock getting ready to blow some serious smoke over here now, ladies and gentlemen. Jody Ross out of Waynesburg, Pennsylvania.
Hey, folks, give John Hoffman a hand. Last one standing, and he's towed off the track. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's hope. John Hoffman from Dunlap, Iowa.
Triple bypass. You were mentioning a place a little while ago called Louisville, Kentucky, the National Farm Machinery Show. This tractor, no stranger to that event. Pretty tough tractor in the eastern part of the United States. Triple bypass. Waynesburg, Pennsylvania. I'm guessing that's probably, at least 900 miles or so. All right, Schaefer Oil is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. They are an Outlaw sponsor for 2020, and they're going to give you some free stuff right now. They're walking around. They've got koozies and T-shirts. All you got to do is make some noise, and they'll give you some free stuff. Green flags on the track. Diesel Super Stocks coming up. Jody Ross Waynesburg, PA, triple bypass. Doggone it, the tire speed was there. The tires were zinging probably about 120 mile an hour.
Folks, would like to remind you all that you too can go home with some Outlaw gear tonight, even if you don't have the special program. All you have to do is walk over here on the east side and visit our Outlaw merchandise truck. Take home a cap, a t-shirt, a tank top, hoodie, anything you like. Be sure to stop by the Outlaw merchandise truck.
Jody Ross, you could hear the tractor fluttering. You could hear a flutter as he was coming down the track. I tell you what, he was hauling the mail. Now, he is the first puller. He can use his option if the tractor can go on another pass.
And meanwhile, up on the Alki Pass on the east side, Colin Weens is having a hard time getting his tractor fired with Deer Factor. So we are going to skip him and go to Bryce Terry and High Strung out of Gallatin, Missouri. Bryce Terry and Alice Chalmers. Terry Blackburn's our leader, 332.99. All right, Alice Chalmers fans, help him out.
Oh, yeah.
Did he do it? Did he do it? Alice Chalmers, D21.
Woo, he had her singing. I got goosebumps.
He needed to go in excess of 332.99. He goes 334.50. 334 feet, .50. That Alice Chalmers D21 moving that leader flag.
I want to thank the guys from Schaefer Oil. Watch that replay, ladies and gentlemen. The tire speed is incredible on the high-strung Alice Chalmers as he makes a beautiful pass. Bryce Terry moves into the lead.
36 mile an hour.
Wow.
36.1 mile an hour was the speed on that pass for Bryce Terry.
Appreciate it. That stuff's awesome. Okay. Thanks to the guys at Schaefer Oil. For 85% less wear than conventional oils, greater resistance to the formation of deposit, sludge, and varnish, 77% greater soot handling than conventional oils, improved, optimized engine durability and reliability, greater performance on every oil change. Schaefer Oil. All right, Jody Ross will be coming back. Our first hook, he'll be coming back at the end of the class. The triple bypass tractor is going to exercise his option. They think they can get it figured out and come back at the tail end of this diesel super stock division.
And Colin Weens did get the Deer Factor fired, so he will be the final competitor on the east side on our unlimited super stocks.
Roger Peterson, just another one out of Litchfield, Minnesota. Woo! 2019 Outlaw, diesel super stock champion right there. Roger Peterson out of Litchfield, Minnesota. Just making an observation here. It looks like Roger's running a different tire and a different wheel combination on that tractor this year. 278.52 for Roger Peterson, 278.52 for just another one.
All right, our final competitor in our unlimited super stock, our class presented by Case IH. Here comes the Deer Factor from Beatrice, Nebraska. Colin Weens, and the Deer Factor.
Doggone it. Usually a tough tractor, was brand new last season. Obviously going to come up short here. All right, we're having a discussion over here on the diesel super stock side. We may make a change in the sled setting. All right, resetting the sled on this diesel super stock side. So Tyler Beckman out of Waverly, Iowa, the Born Green John Deere, will be the first hook in the class as we restart. This diesel super stock class, just to give you an idea what's underneath the sheet metal of these machines, between 540 to 640 cubic inches, they can run 2 turbochargers. But anything 540 and below, they can run up to 4 hair dryers on these machines, 4 turbochargers. All right, restarting the class, Tyler Beckman, Waverly, Iowa. Now, one thing about restarts with the Outlaws, once we restart a class, we will not have another test puller. So the first puller does not have the option after a restart.
And to bring you up to date on the east side, Colin Weens, he goes 278.52, 278.52.
Tyler Beckman comes out swinging with